The Invite is out now and I've just watched it. Let's discuss. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or if you're new then welcome on in. My name is Jay. This is going to be my spoiler-free review of The Invite, so if you don't want to know anything that's been included, such as in the trailers or in the marketing, then this is your chance to click away now and come back later when you've seen the film. But as I say, it is going to be pretty spoiler-free, and that's a lot easier to do with a comedy film than it is a typical action film or a drama, so hopefully we should be fine. Final thing before we get into my thoughts, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell as well, and that way you're notified when I post a new video. It's completely free and it's really easy to do, so go ahead and do it. So The Invite is produced by A24, who by the way is having a great year for successful films that are being produced, and it's directed by Olivia Wilde. Olivia Wilde stars in the film as well as Angela alongside Seth Rogen, who plays her husband Joe. They are joined by Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton as Pina and Hawk, who are the couple's neighbours who receive that titular invite to dinner. The film actually premiered in January of this year at the Sundance Film Festival, and from what has followed on, it seems like it's got a bit of a weird release structure. It had a limited theatrical release in the US on June 26th, and is scheduled for a bigger release coming next week, I think, so July 10th. Here in the UK, though, it released in the middle of those dates, yesterday, July 3rd, which of course is when I saw the film. Not really sure what's going on there, but I'm happy to have seen the film. The cast that I mentioned earlier on, so Wilde, Rogen, Cruz, and Norton, they are the only actors to actually appear in the film. There is some extras who appear in the opening scene, but they don't have any dialogue, so apart from that, these are the only four characters that we're going to be following. Initially starting with Rogen and Wilde, before we eventually move on to inviting the neighbours over for dinner. We get to see the characters interact as a group of four and in different pairs, and that's not limited to the actual couples themselves. For example, we get scenes focusing entirely on Rogen and Cruz as well as Wilde and Norton. Whether it's as pairs or as a group though, these four actors bounce off each other really well. The back and forth that we get between them, especially between Rogen and Wilde as a couple, I think make for some very entertaining scenes. I think they've all got brilliant comedic timing, again, with Wilde and Rogan's probably standing out the most, though they are all good. Edward Norton does have some really good moments as well that I think are quite memorable. As you might expect then, the film is actually filmed entirely in chronological order because you're not moving to different sets or having to adhere to any other scheduling complications. And I think you can definitely tell that as the screenplay unfolds. It does feel like a natural progression that makes the twists happen later on seem not so out of place. You feel like you've actually developed in a natural way to get to that place. The trailer for this film does not really spoil what the big reveal or twist of the film actually is. It doesn't reveal what's actually going on here. You could work it out and maybe guess if you tried, but for me, I had seen the trailer and remembered that there was this couple who were inviting another couple over for dinner. It looked like there might be some sort of deeper meaning, some sort of mystery going on, but I didn't really think much of it. I would highly recommend going into this film with only that knowledge because not knowing some of these developments is exactly what's going to cause a lot more laughter from audiences. A lot of the enjoyment also comes from a hilarious screenplay, which is co-written by Will McCormick and Rashida Jones, who of course have worked together on several other projects, and once again they have proved that they are very successful and very effective with what they are able to create together. I did an out of cinema reaction, which you may have saw on my YouTube Shorts or on my TikTok. It's Jay Like the Letter. Go ahead and follow me over there. I'm very active. But I said there that it made me laugh a lot, and that is a striking contrast to Scary Movie, which is the most recent comedy movie that I've seen before The Invite. It reminded me what it's actually like to laugh at a comedy film and not have to force any laughter out of me. I think the best way to tell if this kind of film is doing its job is it able to make me laugh? And with that criteria, The Invite is certainly doing its job. A big reason for that, I think, it's because it's paired with a brilliant concept. But again, going in with not knowing what that big reveal, what that big twist is highly recommended. Go in blind. Don't look up exactly what is going on here. Overall, I don't have as much to say on The Invite as I have done with more recent films, but that is not a bad thing. I'm giving a glowing recommendation of 4.5 stars, and I'm calling it the funniest film of 2026 thus far, all thanks to a brilliant screenplay, amazing direction, and four great performances from the leading roles. Thank you very much for watching. That is going to be everything for this video. Before you go, please do go ahead, click the like button. It helps me out a ton, and leave a comment if you have seen the film already or if you're going to be checking it out. Also, again, I will say one more time, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because most people who watch my videos, believe it or not, are not actually subscribed to my channel. So I would love to have you here. We just hit 200 subscribers, and I'm very grateful for every single one of you. I hope to continue growing that number moving forward. That is everything for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.